ABC 7 News, Chicago's #1 news, with Diane Burns, John Drury, weather from meteorologist Jerry Tabb, and sports with Mark Giangreco. This is ABC 7 News at 10.
They're calling it a high-priced call girl ring, and police say it was operated out of this southwest suburban mansion. Sheriff's deputies arrested 3 women, including 1 woman who police say is the ringleader. Good evening. The Cook County Sheriff says it's the most expensive call girl service he's ever seen.
Well, John, police say the ring charged men $400 an hour for sex. Police got a tip about the ring from an ad that was looking to hire escorts.
Diane, police ended up going undercover to break up the call girl ring. ABC 7's John Garcia is live in Palos Park with more.
John, the Sheriff's police estimate that the woman living inside this home was pulling down $5,000 a week tax-free. And they say Dawn Hensel continued running the business despite the fact that she recently gave birth to triplets. A quiet, stately home in an exclusive neighborhood in the south suburbs. Retired couples live here with younger families whose children play in the front yards. It is not the kind of neighborhood you might normally associate with a prostitution ring. But Cook County Sheriff's Police say that's exactly what was happening here. Nancy Miller lives down the street and saw a lot of cars coming and going.
I will have to say that it's not surprising. We knew something was going on in this house, and it's surprising the enormity of it, however. We just thought it was parties.
It was like one of the few houses, and there's only 21 houses in the entire subdivision, where we never met anybody.
Police say 31-year-old Dawn Hansel was running a call girl ring from her home, charging male customers $400 an hour. They've charged her with 3 counts of pandering and 1 count of juvenile pimping. They've also charged 2 other women, 29-year-old Hope Yarberry and 33-year-old Brenda Donahoe Baker, with prostitution.
This was a well-organized, high-priced call girl ring devoted specifically to arranging acts of prostitution.
Hansel has admitted to running a lingerie modeling business called Vogue Fashions and sending women to dance at bachelor parties, but claims it is a legitimate business, not prostitution. Well, Dawn Hansel is at home tonight. We're not able to get her to come to the door, however. Meantime, the sheriff says he is working closely with the IRS in this investigation. Live in Palos Park, John Garcia, ABC 7 News. John, Diane, back to you.
John, thank you. New information tonight in investigation into license for sale scandal. A paper trail indicates that Governor George Ryan knew as far back as 1995 about those allegations of bribe-taking in exchange for licenses in the Secretary of State facilities. The Better Government Association has uncovered a memo that was sent directly to Ryan when he was Secretary of State. The memo was basically a warning to Ryan about corruption in his office. ABC 7's Andy Shaw has more on the new developments tonight.
Tonight, as the governor begins a trade mission to South Africa, the Better Government Association releases a memo that raises new questions about Ryan's role in the bribes for license scandal when he was Secretary of State.
Would I have tolerated it? Hell no, I wouldn't tolerate it. Not in a second would I have put up with that had I known that it was going on.
2 months ago, the governor angrily denies any role in the scandal or any intimate knowledge about the details of the corruption. But in a memo to Ryan just before Thanksgiving of 1995, his Secretary of State's police chief talks about, quote, illegal activity at the Elston Avenue facility. An employee working with 2 individuals of Greek ancestry, assisting Greek and Polish nationals, mostly illegal aliens, in obtaining fraudulent licenses. The Greeks received $2,000 to $2,500 a person. We don't know what our employee is getting. The informant is the middleman who brings the illegals to our wayward employee. I will be in the Springfield office tomorrow if you need additional information. Happy Thanksgiving. Based on information like this, the federal government's indicted 31 people for corruption and accepted 26 guilty pleas. But under Ryan, this information, like most of the other allegations, goes nowhere.
The best information I have is that Chicago police cooperated with Secretary of State Police into following up on this informant's information at Elston and found that the information didn't pan out.
The governor has always maintained he never knew anything about any of this. And I think this is a clear indication that he knew exactly what was going on.
The first trial in the bribes for licenses scandal begins tomorrow here at the Federal Building in Chicago. And it'll feature dramatic and embarrassing new revelations about corruption in the Secretary of State's office and how it was connected to political fundraising for George Ryan. I'm Andy Shaw, ABC 7 News.
And this revelation comes as Governor Ryan prepares for the highlight of his South African trip, a meeting tomorrow with ex-President Nelson Mandela. Ryan and his delegation arrived today for an 8-day visit designed to boost Illinois trade. He and his wife were serenaded by a children's choir and greeted with flowers, a welcome and a hug from an 8-year-old girl. Later, the governor told business and political leaders that South Africa and Illinois are as close as a mouse click, a phone call, or a fax. Diane?
Well, Michael Jordan is back in town, and this time he's here for a court fight over his name. He filed a lawsuit to try to prevent his ex-partners, Gene and Joe Silverberg, from opening another Michael Jordan's restaurant. The restaurant is at 500 North LaSalle. It's been closed for some time. The Silverbergs plan to change the name to Sammy Sosa's and open a smaller restaurant in Jordan's name somewhere else. They say their contract with Jordan gives them control of his name. One issue is how much Jordan's name is worth in a business venture.
Whatever his name was worth, and it was a lot, I think it's now worth a lot less. Not just because he's with the Washington Wizards instead of the Chicago Bulls, but he's not playing.
Well, Jordan is not expected to testify.
Diane, briefly, other stories making news tonight. Father Michael Flager leads more than 100 protesters tonight outside a store in Harvey. Father Flager says the Trendsetter shop sells drug paraphernalia. He says it also passes out crucifix keychains to children that contain a concealed knife. Police arrested the owner of the store a short time ago. A suspect is in custody tonight after police recovered 28 high-powered rifles and armor-piercing bullets from his home. The house is in the 2600 block of North Sacramento. Police expect to file charges tomorrow. Fire Commissioner James Joyce says seatbelts probably saved the lives of firefighters involved in a bad accident. Their truck plowed into a bar at 69th and King Drive last night after being hit by a taxi.
Well, still ahead tonight, a Chicago-based airline is ready to spread its wings in a major merger.
Also, how coffee can help prevent Parkinson's disease. Plus, Michael J. Fox's plan to find a cure. And later...
It's very hard to trust somebody now that this happened.